Good morning, all. This is Jack from Charting the Markets Crypto, and this is the pre-market webinar for the morning of Thursday, the 30th of July. My disclaimer, I do this for educational purposes only. I'm here to share my tactical analysis with you. I hope you can take some of what I'm doing and learn from it, transfer it to your own charts. I'm not here to shoot trading signals. This is a video for paying subscribers at ctmcrypto.substack.com, and it's published on YouTube after a delay of 3 days. All right, great. Let's have a look and see how we're doing with the overall setup here on Bitcoin on the weekly chart. Obviously, we're fairly flat on the week so far. On the daily chart, we are attempting to get back over the daily middle band at the moment. That's at 64,480. We're currently at 64,830. So somewhat over it, and we may see a break back over today. We still have an RSI 14 buy signal fixed on the daily chart, and obviously if we go a little higher, then we may make that target. In terms of the setup here, we've got what is actually potentially a head and shoulders here. Now, overall, I think this is a bear flag. I think it may well be setting up a retest of the low. But I was chatting to a friend yesterday about the short-term short, and I said what I don't like doing is shorting active buy signals of any quality. And here, we've not just got a daily RSI 14 buy signal, which is a longer term thing. We've also got RSI 14 buy signals, which fixed on the hourly charts of all of Bitcoin, Solana, and Ethereum. Now here we've got a potential head and shoulders forming, and we may be forming the right shoulder on that. But if it goes through, then of course we could be setting up. I think we've had the rising wedge. That's likely a bear flag. It has broken down, and I think we are forming a topping pattern that could be a head and shoulders, although obviously we could go back and retest 66.95 and make a double top. So there's a risk to the upside there, and we're seeing that at the moment. Now, which one do I think is more likely? Well, it's really not a bad looking head and shoulders here. This would be the neckline across here. The ideal right shoulder high would be in the 65.5k area. That's got a shot, definitely. We will see how that goes. But at the moment, we've got an hourly buy signal here. It is not close to the target, although it's getting closer, a bit higher. If we get up to 65.5, that will likely make that signal target, although that won't necessarily stop a high retest. We shall see. All right, looking at Solana. Solana flat, slightly down on the week. On the daily chart, we are slightly less below the daily middle band, but still below it. I've got that at 75.79, and it's currently at 74.08. On the hourly chart, we have another RSI 14 buy signal fixed, and I'm not seeing an obvious head and shoulders here. We will see how that goes. Hang on one second. Yeah, we will see how that goes, but I do have a potential double bottom here, which could be setting up a retest of this high here at 83.89. And here we've got a less clear bear flag, although this does look like a bearish consolidation. We'll see. All right, Ethereum is slightly down on the week so far. On the daily middle band, we have been holding that, and we're not far above it, but we are still holding it, and that's clearly the main support area here, as you can see. In terms of the hourly chart, we've got another RSI 14 buy signal, albeit, well, I haven't marked it in for some reason. Had I marked it in on Solana? Yeah, I had. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to mark that in quickly. This is I'd marked in the arrow, but I forgot to put it in the annotations. So we've got a week RSI 14 buy signal. Now here it's not close to the target, and as I said, I don't like shorting these. There's just too much of a risk it's going to go up through it, and we will see. But what we're seeing at the moment here is it not going down, and Bitcoin is going up, and we may well see retests across the board here. So we've already got a decent looking double top on Ethereum, but we could set up a smaller and slightly better quality one just by retesting this high, and we may well do that. We shall see. All right, great. In that case, got no questions. I think that's a wrap. Everyone take care. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. All right, cheers.